Good day, guys. Welcome to Endurance Room. I hope you're doing well. I thought we could take a look at the Jerven Fjellduken today. This is the Jerven Hunter. It's a piece of Norwegian military gear. It's designed for use as a shelter, as a bivvy, a sleeping bag, camouflage, a whole multitude of uses. On the channel so far, I've demonstrated it briefly as camouflage, as an outer garment, and then I've used it as a bivvy in part of my sleep system during my overnighters. I really dig it. I really appreciate it. I think it's a fantastic piece of gear. It is basically a camouflage tarp that zips up into a sleeping bag. But as a shelter, it's got some interesting uses. So here's the Jerven. It comes with its own stuff sack. There's a signal panel that it comes with. And 2 mylar lined armings to go over your sleeves to wear as camouflage, as a warming layer, or as rain protection. It also comes with a nylon belt to help cinch it up around your waist when you're using it as an outer garment. But today I thought we could take a look at it as a shelter. When we first got up to the Adirondacks, I learned very quickly that my tent pegs were basically useless for setting up a shelter. So I ended up using tree branches to cut longer stakes for my shelter building. What's cool about the Jerven is you don't need tent pegs to set up one of the shelters. I believe this is known as the cocoon. The Prepared Norseman demonstrated it on an overnighter on his channel. You should go check it out. And it is essentially a one-man bivvy style shelter. To set up the shelter, I've got a piece of paracord, a bungee strap, and a piece of wood to make a toggle. This is probably the quickest, most easy, efficient shelter I've ever set up. No tent spikes, just a bungee cord and a piece of paracord and a toggle, and it's good to go. It took 30 seconds to set up. There's 2 ways of entry. You can unzip it on the end and crawl in that way, or you can get down through the top. It's important to have the bungee for the flexibility that it offers as you're getting in and out of the shelter. You're not stressing the Jerven, but quite honestly, these are built very well. These aren't going to rip out, but this just makes it really quick and easy. Pretty interesting, right? So, worth noting, when you're just getting into the Jerven, if the snow is uncompressed underneath, it will naturally compress and contour to the shape of your back, which will give you a nice comfortable sleeping surface. And then as long as you've got an insulated sleeping pad, you're all good to go. So if I was going to use it tonight, I would throw in my insulated sleeping pad and my 0-degree bag, and that should be fine. It very much takes the concept of the military poncho, the old USGI ponchos, even the Plosh Polaka, and expands on it, specializing in cold weather environments, much like this. So I think it's great that you can set it up and not need tent spikes. It has the flexibility to be set up as a traditional tarp shelter, and you know, all the various configurations you could think of, be it plow point, lean-to, A-frame, half pyramid, what have you. But then give you the added flexibility of being able to be set up without needing to be staked down, just tying it off to a couple of trees with a bungee and a piece of rope. It took all of 30 seconds to tie it up. You know, it's a really expedient field shelter. Awesome. So typically I have it in my backpack. If I'm just day hiking, I'm not planning on spending the night in the woods, it's part of my minimum kit, just because it's so versatile and it's an awesome warming layer, it's shelter, it's a sleeping bag. You know, I could throw it on top of my winter Gorka or even the Russian fursuit and be very, very warm very quickly. I think it's going to be fantastic for hunting, just the way it breaks up the shape of the human body and disguises the outline. You know, animals are pretty keyed in to seeing the upright human figure with, you know, the two legs, and that suit just disguises that. It makes you look like a tree. So, pretty neat. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got any questions, leave them down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers, everybody.